Good morning, guys. This is very strange having set this up in my lounge, but there you go, this is what we've got to do. Hopefully you're isolating at home. You should be, not only to protect yourselves but the ones that you love. So it's really important that you're at home, and hopefully by continuing on the assignments you should be able to keep your brain working and keep focused in this what is a difficult time in isolation. Everyone thinks it's alright to just be stuck at home, you can play games, whatever, but that gets so boring and tedious after a while. So at least focus on your studies will really help you. Alright? So this video is all about us looking at Unit 3, Assignment 1, which I issued you a couple of weeks ago. And it is titled Technical and Tactical Skills Analysis. Okay? So I'm just going to go through this. I'll stand over here so you can see the screen. So the scenario, the context behind this assignment was as follows. Some skills are general and can be used in most sports, for example running, jumping, throwing and catching. Other skills are specific to a few sports, or even only one. These skills include the volleyball serve, the golf swing and the sprint start used in athletics. Tactics are strategies planned to achieve an overall goal. In sport, that goal is predominantly to win. Tactics can depend on a number of factors, such as opposition, ability levels of players, the importance of the game or match, and possibly even the weather. Even the greatest sports performers in the world must have tactical awareness and consider these factors. So the context behind these two tasks. Overall, Gillingham Football Club are advertising for a position in performance analysis. Gillingham's Head of Performance Analysis is inviting candidates to submit a player analysis from a game of their choice. However, Task 1, that's mainly for Task 2, Task 1 is this, a presentation. At this stage in class, I'd have asked you to present this, and a lot of you, or two of you have already done that, so well done to the two students, I think Harry and Ollie, that did that already. You guys got the opportunity to, because it was the last day I had you guys with me. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to do everyone else. But you can still create the presentation, you can still submit it via Moodle and give and provide evidence and submit evidence for this. Okay. If you can't do PowerPoint, you should have access to PowerPoint via OneDrive, which you get via Moodle. So anyone with a phone and internet will have access to this. But if you don't, it's okay. Anything that we do from now on can be done on paper. You can just take photos to have evidence, or you can just keep the paperwork and let me know that you've completed it, and you can submit it at a later time or post it in, whatever we need to do. There is always a way around submitting the work. Okay. So in this instance, if you can, please do create a presentation. Okay. So Task 1. Technical and Tactical Skills Analysis, Part 1. Your task is to present a technical and tactical analysis of a sport of your choice and an elite person within that sport. Now, if you remember, for a lot of you, when we were in class, we looked at some technical skills, and there was 3 types: continuous, serial and discrete. Continuous skill is the obvious running, cycling, swimming, the skill that always stays the same, it's just quite continuous. The discrete is the short and sharp movement, so it might be a golf swing or a volleyball serve or a 3-pointer in basketball. A short, sharp, clear start, clear finish activity, technical skill. The serial is the harder of the 3. The serial is what we say where you have a discrete skill and a few of them built up. So in basketball it might be a dribble and then slam dunk. There's a serial movement, a serial technical skill. The long jump or the triple jump, where you have a sprint and you have a hop, skip and jump. There's lots of different discrete movements, very small, short, sharp movements that form a serial movement. So those are the 3. What I want you to do is identify a technical skill, one of those 3, within the sport and within the sports person that you choose. The next one's fairly simple. Identifying some tactical demands. No matter what sport you choose, every sport will have various tactical demands. I suggest picking a sport that is quite familiar to yourself so that you have lots to talk about. But the clear and obvious ones are defending and attacking. Think about positioning, choice, use of appropriate positioning or strokes or shots. Think of the variations, think of the conditions and use of space. So if it's like a free kick, then are you gonna whip it into the top corner, or are you gonna Roberto Carlos outside the boot power it in? Or if you're thinking of rugby, is it an up and under kick, or is it a long pass to the side, or is it just using the forwards, hitting them hard, pummeling through the middle? American football we've studied a lot this year. That is such a tactical game where you've got to pick a play. So you've got to think about what play is going to work. Is it a screen pass? Is it a running play? All these variations, all these things to think about. So you've got loads to talk about, loads to identify. So the criteria for this presentation that you need to create is as follows. Simply a pass and merit available in this. For a pass, you need to describe the technical and tactical demands of a chosen sport. And for a merit, you need to explain the technical and tactical demands of a chosen sport. Much like in every BTEC qualification assignment we've done so far, the criteria is quite simple in that to get that pass you describe, merit is explain, and then usually a distinction is evaluate. So we don't have that option here, it's just a pass and merit. So not a huge amount to have to do for this. So that's task one. At this stage, I'd like to point you towards Moodle. We have a forum set up for this task that you can ask me questions, ask each other questions on it, so you can help each other out. Okay, but just a quick reminder, going back to what exactly is required of you. One sport, one elite person within that sport, a presentation on them. However you want to present that is up to you. If you can do some sort of visual presentation like PowerPoint, that'd be great. A technical skill, continuous, serial or discrete. Just one of those. Just find one of those. And talk about some tactical demands. Okay? That takes us on to part 2. Which is where Gillingham Football Club comes in. Now you'll hopefully remember, many of you did come to the Gillingham trip in January. We saw Gillingham versus Shrewsbury Town. We saw a good 2-0 win from the Gills. Thinking back now when we had live football, it's amazing how we're missing that now. So a lot of you can hopefully think back to that game and the performances that you watched, picking a player, and you did a player analysis that night, but obviously getting caught up in the moment and in the match is difficult to really focus. But what you can do is you can go back, go on YouTube, you can see highlights of that game. We watched highlights the next few lessons afterwards, so they are there. For anyone who didn't go on the trip, then I'd like you to find a Gillingham game on YouTube. There's hundreds of them, it's totally up to you, but watch the highlights, watch the performance, and pick a player, because you're doing a player analysis. So part 2. So Gillingham's Head of Performance Analysis is inviting candidates to submit a player analysis from a game of their choice. Your task is to analyse one position in Gillingham FC's starting lineup, or player, up to you, throughout a game that you will see live during an educational trip, which many of you did. So these are the things to consider. Once again, technical demands. Continuous, serial or discrete. In football, which one can you pick? Running with continuous, serial is the free kick taking, or the taking a shot or header, penalty maybe, where you're adding lots of little discrete movements up, and then you've got discrete means you're taking your free kick. Okay, so the serial would be a few of those built up, so it might be the running, dribbling, and then having a shot, or running up at a corner, going for the header, scoring the goal. There's your serial movement. Okay, you identify which one out of your player has done that in your analysis. Again, Tactical demands, defending and attacking, e.g. positioning, choice and use of correct appropriate strokes. You do your analysis, and what you're very familiar with now is a SWOT analysis. So complete your SWOT analysis of your player. That's where then you can start looking at their strengths and areas for improvement. The criteria for this is as follows. Pass and merit. Once again, assess the technical skills and tactical awareness of an elite performer, identifying strengths and areas for improvement. That's your pass. Okay, so assess the technical skills and tactical awareness. Your merit is explaining. Okay, so identifying strengths and areas for improvement is your pass. Explaining strengths and areas of improvement is your merit. Okay, again, a forum is set up on Moodle. Ask any questions on this. You can email me. We're going to have phone calls again over the next couple of weeks. So you can always get hold of me, you can always talk to me, I'm always working. So if you have any questions whatsoever, by all means just ask them, okay? This one is due fairly soon, so I need you guys to get this set up. There'll be more videos to follow for the other assignments. Alright guys, hope you're keeping well, and make sure if you need to, you can comment on the video. You make sure you can subscribe so you can get all my videos come to me. Oh, I sound like a right YouTuber now, this is ridiculous. My kids will be proud of me. Yeah, really hopefully you guys keep them well. Alright, cheers.